Hi, I'm Scott, co-founder of Personal Comfort. If you've been thinking about buying a Sleep Number bed because you heard how insanely comfortable they are, but you also heard how insanely expensive they are, then you've come to the right video, because you don't have to spend that kind of money to get a great bed. In fact, we believe for half the price of a Sleep Number bed, you can get a better bed designed smarter and built sturdier despite the lower price point, and I'm going to help prove it. Now we're going to open them up and see what's inside. First, I'm going to lay out this bottom panel, essentially the bottom cover of the mattress. As you can see, it's attached to the rest of the mattress cover. So I'll just lay that down here for now. Next is the foam support layer. We'll build everything on top of that. All right, so as you can see here, the bottom panel and the top panel are connected by a zipper that I can't undo. I've laid the support comfort layer on top of the bottom panel. Next, we're going to put the air chambers on this. But before we do that, let's switch to the Personal Comfort. First, I'm going to lay the bottom cover on the mattress. Unlike the Sleep Number, it is not attached to the top cover for some very good reasons, and I'll talk about that later. So now what you can see here is this has made a really good foam tray where we can now put the rest of the components inside the mattress, and it's super sturdy. If you don't keep the air chambers together, you can get a little valley between them, and then everybody rolls to the middle. It's super cozy, but it's generally not what you're looking for at 2 in the morning. You'll also notice that we've cut these slits into the side rails, which allow them to flex more smoothly as the mattress articulates when on an adjustable bed base. This helps relieve any stress on the mattress material. So now I'm going to unbox the Sleep Number air control unit. It comes with a user guide, safety instructions, air control unit, but no remote. We had to buy one for an extra $39. But guess what? It came with batteries, so that's something. All right, so now we're gonna hook up the Sleep Number air control unit. I had to go underneath and pull all these hoses over here so I could do it. You got the power cable, you got one air chamber, and the other air chamber hose. As you can see here, they're color coded, blue, white. So I'll probably screw it up, but I know you won't. Oh, there we go. Since this is a Sleep Number bed with a power base, it actually has a shelf here at the foot of the bed. So now I'm gonna go shove it up underneath and put it on the shelf. This hose is going to run along the side of the adjustable base, and then it's gonna come up through a hole and hook to the air chamber, which I haven't put out here yet. I'm gonna tidy up the hoses now. Now it's time to install the air chambers. All right, so take a look at this. There's a zipper between the two air chambers here on the Sleep Number. Why? That's how Sleep Number keeps the air chambers from drifting apart and having everyone roll to the middle. It seems like a pretty cool idea, right? Well, yes and no. It does improve the roll to the middle problem, but we believe it creates a new problem because when you physically connect the two air chambers, they can no longer move independently up and down. So when your partner turns over on their side, you're probably gonna feel it too on your side. Now we can actually hook up our air control unit, just like that. Now it's time to put the air chambers in the Personal Comfort bed. Remember that hole at the head of the bed? Well, that is where we're going to feed the hose through. Now that we installed the air chambers on the Personal Comfort bed, it's time to go ahead and open up the Personal Comfort air control unit box. Inside, you will find an air control unit, power adapter, and wireless remotes if they were included on your order. The pump is installed with the hoses facing the head of the bed. So this is the left of the bed. It's also another way to look at it, left arm, left side, right arm, right side. What side lays off the side of the bed? We highly recommend using the Personal Comfort app to control your new bed. There is a very user-friendly process to hook up the sleep system, and it only takes about a minute. And then you can completely control your new bed right on your phone. So now that we have both beds, air chambers, hooked up to their respective air control units, we are going to inflate to their maximum firmness setting. The Sleep Number's maximum firmness setting is 100, and it goes from 0 to 100 in increments of 5. So that's 20 adjustments. Personal Comfort's maximum setting is 50, and it goes from 5 to 50 with 45 adjustments. We're gonna go ahead and go 50 here and 100 there, the maximum setting. We're gonna time it with my stopwatch, and we're gonna see who wins. All right, let's go to the races. We're off. Okay, so I just grabbed the phone. It was under 13 minutes, but you can see here it's at 13 minutes, 50 seconds. I grabbed it a little too late. Sleep Number is still inflating, so we'll see where they end up. Hey, it looks like the Sleep Number bed is done inflating. Take a look at that. 25 minutes later. Check this out. When I talked about true dual adjustability, this is what I mean. You see my knee pushing down right now? My knee is pushing down on this air chamber and it doesn't affect the other side of the bed. True dual adjustability. So if your partner gets in and out of the bed, it shouldn't affect this other side of the bed. So let's take a look at the Sleep Number bed. This is a fully inflated Sleep Number bed. Both of the air chambers are connected by that zipper we talked about earlier. Well, the good thing is it prevents roll to the middle issues. So there is no longer a gap down the middle like that. Okay, the bad thing, in my opinion, is it takes away the true dual adjustability. As soon as you apply pressure, it affects your partner's side. So my question to you is that really true dual adjustability? So let's talk a little bit about the materials used to build the two different air chambers you see in front of us. Sleep Number uses vulcanized rubber to build their air chambers, even on their high-end models. That's totally fine. Vulcanized rubber is a good time-tested material for those sorts of applications. And in fact, we use a special polyurethane material we call UltraFlex. Well, these air chambers are a big reason we're able to offer a full coverage warranty period that's 5 times longer than the full coverage warranty period on this Sleep Number. 15-year limited warranty with 1 year of full coverage. 25-year limited warranty with 5 years of full coverage. 1 year, 5 years. 2, UltraFlex is also much more flexible than vulcanized rubber, hence the name. That's really a big deal here. Check a look at this. So why do we use these UltraFlex air chambers? Because this is our best bed. And we really couldn't sleep at night if it wasn't the best we could build. That's one of the problems of being a family-owned company. Sometimes your pride gets in the way. Oh, there's one other little difference I want to mention now that we have both beds fully inflated. Let's just say you want to move your Sleep Number bed and you need to disconnect it from the air control unit. Here's what happens. You hear that? That's air escaping out of the Sleep Number bed. But you're in luck because Sleep Number actually provides you with these little plastic caps to keep it held in. It's sort of a finger in the dike approach. Let's try that on the Personal Comfort bed. We'll disconnect the hose from the air control unit and, you hear that? Nothing. No air escapes. That's because we put what's called a check valve in our hoses to prevent air from leaking out. It's just a little thing and a little extra cost for us, but a better experience for you. As you may remember from earlier, the Sleep Number comfort layers were all glued to the side rails as part of this single piece foam cavity. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that down over the top of their air chambers. Now that we have put the foam cavity back over the air chambers, it's time to add the fire barrier material. The fire-resistant layer goes on top of the comfort layers. This is required by law for all mattress manufacturers. I want to leave this side exposed for now because I want to compare it to the top comfort layer on the Personal Comfort bed once we get there. So I've laid the top panel, which is connected to the airflow layer, onto the mattress, and I'm going to now bring in the comfort layers. Those comfort layers are also going to be wrapped in a fire retardant material. So we just cut open the Personal Comfort fire barrier. That way you can actually see the comfort layers up close. Let's take a look at this truly spectacular comfort layer made of a material we call Energex. It's a new kind of comfort material that combines the support of memory foam with the responsiveness feel of latex, so you get a perfect combination of support and pressure relief. And not only does it feel great, it's also infused with copper to make it temperature neutralizing so you can sleep more comfortably. Intergex, look it up at personalcomfortbed.com. We're really excited to be using this technology. Back on the Sleep Number, the top comfort layer is some kind of traditional foam. You'll find that they never really tell you much about their materials online or in their advertising. But these little flakes here are gel, so that means it's a temperature neutralizing type of foam. It's a good material, but it's nothing like Intergex, in my opinion. I really wish you could be here to feel the difference. I mean, this feels good, but I think this feels amazing. Okay, next up for the Sleep Number bed is the top cover, which I'm going to lay over the mattress. Now this might be the most important thing I show you today. This is a zipper that connects the Sleep Number bottom cover to the top cover. You hear that high-pitched zipping sound? It's the sound of a perfectly fine-toothed zipper, but it's certainly not the most durable thing Sleep Number could have used. But in all fairness, this zipper doesn't have to be that durable because its only one job is to close up this one-piece mattress cover one time. And if you ever damage any part of this cover, like your dog chews through it or it just wears out, you're going to have to replace the whole thing, top, bottom, zipper, and all, because it's all one piece and that's very pricey. So let's compare that to the way we chose to design the top cover on the personal comfort bed, which is not one piece. See this? Not one piece. Not one piece. First of all, let's look at the zipper we used here on the bottom panel that connects the top panel. You hear that? Now that's a beefy zipper. And as long as we're on the topic of technology, I'll just briefly mention apps. Both beds have smartphone apps that can control the firmness of the mattress, and they can control the adjustable bases too, if you have one. I know Sleep Number puts a lot of focus on all their technology, but Personal Comfort has technology too. And the reality is, the focus shouldn't just be on technology. It should be on comfort, personalized comfort. Because that's the key to a great night's sleep. So I want to end with one last comparison that speaks directly to comfort, and that's the thickness, the height of each mattress. The higher the mattress, the more comfort material is in there. I'll start first with the Sleep Number i10 360. That's 13 inches right on the nose. Now, the Personal Comfort, also 13 inches. Both are going to be very comfortable. They're even going to look the same in your bedroom. But the differences are in those details I showed you earlier, and of course, in the price. So that's it for my side-by-side comparison of Sleep Number's best and priciest bed, the i10 360, with the Personal Comfort that sells for a lot less. I hope this video has given you some things to think about as you consider your choices. There really is a better bed at a better price. Designed smarter, built sturdier, and sold at lower prices. And it's called the Personal Comfort Bed. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to learn more, please check out our website, personalcomfortbed.com. We look forward to welcoming you to our Personal Comfort family.